Wisconsin is a state known for its great beer.
And behind every great beer is great brewing, great people, and great stories.
On this show, we're going to be talking to the people that are responsible for making the beer that we love.
We're here at HopCat in Madison, and this is Behind the Brews.
Cheers.
Cheers. Hello everybody, I'm Fred Swanson, and with me as always is my buddy Mark Alfred. We're here at One Barrel Brewing Company in Madison, Wisconsin. One Barrel was the first nanobrewery in Madison and in Wisconsin. They've grown exponentially over time and now cover the entire state. This is our 10th episode. Let's go upstairs, talk to Peter Gentry, and tell some stories. When you started, was it your eventual dream to be on shelves as well as here on tap?
No, it wasn't. My dream was to not be a salesman anymore, which is now, ironically, most of what I spend my time doing. But no, I really just wanted to share the beer. I wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to, I don't know, have a place that I could call my own, I guess. It's morphed from there. Demand has led us to do a lot more, obviously.
Tell us a little bit about your top seller here, Penguin Pale Ale.
Yeah, Penguin Pale Ale was one I was brewing in my basement. It's just meant to be an easy drinker. I don't even remember what homebrew clone recipe it was, but it started off as a clone, and then based on sort of ingredient availability, I think we were using like 3 editions of Amarillo, and I couldn't get it one day, and so it's morphed, and then we're using all local Cascade, and then there was some oxidizing going on. We weren't getting the exact product we wanted, so probably too much information, but we've really dialed it in. You see these billboards for like the Wisconsin palate in wine, which is sweet and garbage usually, but the Wisconsin palate in beer, I think maybe tends a little more ambery, and so this is in essence a hoppy amber. So I don't know, we're kind of on a cuspy style there, but the idea is just a drinkable beer that you want to have more of. It gives you the hops that, you know, everybody likes hops these days. But it also gives you something maybe more approachable if you're moving from one style into another.
Does most of the experimentation happen downstairs? And how often are you brewing per week now?
Yeah, we're brewing 3 days a week here still. It's actually a little bit less than we did in the very, very beginning. All of that is where all of our innovation comes from. Other than the Commuter Kolsch and the Penguin Pale Ale, those were my recipes when I was, brewing in my basement home brewing. Everything else has been a recipe that we've scaled up from here.
I guess you are opening a second location. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're going to open a much larger tap room actually in Door County in Egg Harbor in the spring of 2019, so coming up here pretty soon. We've been looking for a second location. West Side, Middleton, Milwaukee, Lake Geneva, Appleton, Green Bay were all discussed. So my wife and I were up in Door County actually working at the Egg Harbor Ale Festival. Saw a property and we're like, we should buy that. And a year later of just a ton of work, gotten to the point now where everything's in place, and it's gonna have hopefully the same feel. It won't be the same visual aesthetic, but same feel. We'll bring up a lot of our Madison staff initially with a kind of a cozy indoor bar. And then in the summertime, we're gonna have a big beer garden, which is probably 350-person beer garden that will open up in chunks. So it will be still like the cozy One Barrel feel where you'll get the full experience, the hands-on bartender talking to inside. But if you just want, pitchers of beer and watch the Bears game like they do, I'm finding up in Door County, we'll chunk off the beer garden so that we can sort of get a lot of beer into a lot of people's hands.
So tell us about this product and how that came to be. That's one of your recipes and your idea?
I had always been homebrewing cider. I call it Gentry's Best hard cider. It's a sizer. It's a 10% alcohol version of this. So it's usually General Breeze honey from Mount Horeb, and then apple juice from Door Creek, just what would that be, east of here? So everything but the yeast is sourced within 20 miles. So I was making that in my garage, a few gallons at a time for the longest time. Ends up being a kind of a champagne-like thing. There's a lot of history. I remember I brought it to an ex-girlfriend's family Thanksgiving once, and it had kept carbonating in the bottle. And the bottle at Thanksgiving is about face height, and when you pop the top off, it gushes. You slam your hand down and you got a sprinkler on everybody's face. And we broke up shortly thereafter. But so the Gentry's Dry and Rosé are just sort of the yin to the sweet cider yang, if you will. You know, you're seeing like the Angry Orchards, the cider boys of the world, and they're all very sweet, but people are still drinking them. And I just felt that there was a large piece of the market that maybe wanted something drier and was more almost, you know, like I said, the big one was almost champagne-like. So these ones were things we experimented with using some different yeasts, not putting the honey in there to add the extra alcohol. And then with the rosé, we used some local aronia berry for a little bit of tartness. So it's a really unique beverage, and they're much drier. So yeah, I mean, it's been a great success. It's actually led to, I would say, half of our growth this year. It's been in the cider category, and we're just getting more and more placements. It's a unique beverage, especially the rosé. But yeah, it's been a great thing. It's fun to see your name at restaurants and things like that. I was at the Weird Traveler last night, and my buddy's like, "Oh, your name's on the menu."
So tell us a little bit about your internationally recognized beer.
We just so happen to have it on the table. Coincidence. We luckily, being from Madison, being kind of ingrained in the scene here for a while, I'm friends with one of the owners of the Majestic, and we had done a project like this for their 10th anniversary. We basically just take one of our beers and put a new sleeve onto it, a new logo on the can, and this little band out of, where are they out of, like Michigan? And honestly, I'm too old, I didn't know who they were, but the guy's like, no, these guys are the coolest band. You got to do this. So the band wanted their own beer brand, sort of like Hanson's Hop, but cooler. We work with their production company or their PR company to make the logo. This is actually Penguin Pale Ale in a Greta Van Fleet can. Don't tell anybody. And, you know, we were, I don't know what, naive. I guess I didn't know how cool they were because someone posted a picture of them on like a Thursday for a Saturday show, and by Friday, I mean, we probably had 100 emails from all over the world asking if they could buy this beer. We made 1,000 cans of it. So, you know, people flocked to the show, grabbed the beer, enjoyed it. They might have liked it more than Penguin Pale Ale. Joke's on them, I guess, or me, because I didn't make enough of it. But the exciting thing is Greta Van Fleet's coming back next summer. Now I know who they are, so that's great. And we're going to do quite a bit more beer. They're doing a big show at Brews, so we're going to do a lot more beer, make it more available. We aren't going to ship it to Australia where people are asking for it, but just being around and being in touch with the city and stuff like that gives us these opportunities, and it's been cool. I was like regretting that, oh, I should have taken more advantage of this. But that's not really who we are, so the cool part is we did it, and it's awesome, and people liked it, and, you know, we finally have a beer that nobody can get either. So, you know, be the next, I don't know what, $1,000 toppling Goliath? Could be us, I don't know, we'll see.
Thank you, Peter, for having us here today at One Barrel. Appreciate all the insights we got. It was really a great time being with you. And thank you to all our viewers. We're actually at our 10th episode. Imagine that, we're doing pretty well. And look out for any additional information from us at isness.com/behindthebrews. Cheers.
Cheers.